What's happening? What's happening?
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang.
Well, you know what the topic is today.
Yes.
Family Feuds. Who wants to play?
I'm your host, Steve Harvey. Psych.
Hey, y'all got that something going on right there.
Hey, that's about it.
Listen. Well, look, you know it can't be a gang if we ain't got gang members. So we done jumped a few people in. So if y'all see a black eye, bruised neck, just turn your head. Dismiss it, right?
Right.
Anyway, we're gonna start introducing them. First on the deck, we have Mr. Dennis Cole. Hey, Mr. Cole, how are you?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Yeah, all right. Gang.
You ready to become an official gang member?
Oh yeah, gang.
All right.
Then we have Miss Matisha Green on here.
Okay.
Well, is that what we're doing?
Oh man, she's
gang.
drinking some Seagrams. Look like she was drinking Seagrams.
That look like Boone's Farm.
I told you, I know Seagrams.
That's because that alcohol running our family. We'll talk about that later.
The black, that's that joint right there, Dennis. That's that joint right there.
Hey, but we ain't even. We just gonna leave the best for last. We got Miss Deidre Sykes.
Hello, everyone. Say what? I feel so lucky. I have no alcohol. I got water. I feel
Me and you too. 9.5 alkaline.
All right. We gotta stay healthy, gang members. That's right.
So hydrate any way you can. That's all I can say. Whatever hydrates your blood vessels, then you do that. Oh, is that what we're doing? My phone is ringing. Well, all right, come on. So family feuds. How you handle them?
Listen, who needs enemies when you got family that treat you worse than people in the streets?
If you don't,
Amen.
I almost threw my laptop across the room.
Listen, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna give you guys opportunity to kind of explain your situation without giving any names or anything like that. Just if you want to, tell us about the situation and how you handled it. We'll start.
Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first?
Ladies first.
All right. T or D?
Well,
which one I want to do?
Well. I'm in a bit of a little situation with my roommate here. And it's to the point we don't even talk no more. Hey, how you doing? And we just keep it moving. So there was once upon a time, it was like we was in love and then I don't know what happened. The tables turned. You know when you tell somebody, I'm not happy. And then that Negro say, that's your problem. You're like, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna do what make me happy.
Ooh. All right. And what makes you happy, T?
I cannot say that.
Hey, look, I got my little napkin. I'm just trying to get a little warm over here. Whew.
I need a drink after that.
I might take a sip on that one.
Maybe I need to go exit the screen for a minute, get me a glass.
Look. Wait, Well, the bad part about that is, and I feel you with that silent treatment. I don't care who it is. If you got a problem with me, especially if we're in the same household, everybody always says communicate, and that's so true. You got to over communicate sometimes, even when you don't want to hear what the other person has to say. Because what I'm not going to do is two things. Be scared to speak my mind in my house and walk on eggshells in my house.
That is true.
Well, I get you. I feel you.
Sometimes when you're trying to communicate, it's hard. Because when you get your point across, and then that Negro talking about some off the wall stuff, and then you got to switch your words a little bit. You tried the nice thing. Now it's like you using all kind of swear words. Now you cussing each other out.
That's where you come in with the gang. You know what I'm saying? This is where you apply the gang stuff to it. But no, in all seriousness, though, we're talking about family feuds and people just minding their business. Like, I just know for me, I got so much stuff going on in my life. I can't keep up with other people's stuff. Especially when there's nothing that's really serious that you need to be arguing about. or having some confrontation about. I mean, life is too short. People got short fuses in your 40s and 50s and 60s. You got short. You're gonna mess around and have a stroke or a heart attack, trying to still think you in your 20s, acting like you ain't got no sense.
Well, grown people should be able to say, that's the whole definition of being grown.
Yeah.
So grown people, and I'm not talking about adults. I'm talking about grown people. They should be able to say whatever they got to say. But then as a flip side of that, you got to be able to receive whatever comes back to you.
Did you say receive?
I said receive all into your chunk.
Man, I thought you would take us to church.
Receive that in your chunk.
I got that from Victory.
Okay.
Deidre, what's up with you?
Baby Sykes, what's going on?
Not the much. My biggest family feud is my mother-in-law live with us.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Yes, paramedic. I'm about to fall out.
Shot for her. Take a little sip for her. Lord have mercy. Let me go get the whole bottle over here.
I took a double sip for you that one. Hold on.
You get my spit up water out over there. One more. He said the trifecta. The trifecta. Oh man.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh, y'all got
me and my mother. Now, me and my mother-in-law get along. We get along because me and my husband have known each other since we were 12. So she's known me since I was a kid. But the problem is she's almost 80. She's set in her ways, and she wants to tell me how to do my house. And that's where we get in an argument sometimes. And sometimes I just walk away because I'm like, it's not worth it. Because what ends up happening is she takes it to my husband. He gets frustrated, and then he goes off on me for something I ain't got nothing to do with. So I can say this. He has been apologetic lately. Like, I'm sorry, you didn't do this, but you just called me at that right time. And I said one word, and he yelling at me. I'm like, I ain't do it. I'm going to let you go, deal with whatever you have to deal with, and we'll talk later. And that's what we do. We just go to 2 separate rooms, because if not, it's going to mess with our marriage. And that's what we try not to let happen.
Let cooler heads prevail. That's the best way. Like when I was in my teens and early 20s, like short fuse. But as you get older, you learn, like, okay, if I go beat somebody up or get into an altercation with somebody and something happens to me, the family member I'm going to address that issue for, they still gonna be alive. They probably still gonna take them back, do whatever they're gonna do or whatever, and I'm gonna be in the ground dead because I'm trying to defend them on something that they need to just nip in the bud themselves.
I live off of that, and I can't remember which Tyler Perry play it was, but he made a point about some people in your life for a season, and he said you hold grudges so long that person is dead and gone, and you still holding a grudge. And I can't do that in my life. My life is too short to be sitting here worrying about other people's issues. Like you said, I got my own issues. You got time for nobody else's.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So last but not least, Mr. Cole.
You shouldn't have no feuds over there.
Hey, he ain't even talking a minute.
I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody. I got my own place. I got no spouse. I got no kids. I got no alimony. I got none. I got Stella Rosa and a glass of wine.
Amen.
And 500 miles away. So when I go home and I visit my family, we do have our conflicts of conversation. So funny y'all mention that, because we're in very different. We grew up in the same household. Parents were married 54 years. Been together since they were 19. So all my siblings, which is a blessing. You know, a lot of people still have their siblings. We still have my siblings, but the dynamics of where we are in our lives is our conflict. Who has this? Who didn't give us that? And who didn't bring this home? And who came without a bottle? Who brought this? I paid for the chicken. We all got jobs. That's like, what's going on? So my only family dynamics for my family-wise, sibling-wise would be, for me, has been just kind of like when we all just don't appreciate why we're all still here together. You know, people always want to come into the door with something on their chip on their shoulder. You know, what an expectation of, you know, what they coulda, shoulda, woulda. And when I show up as one of the siblings, the niece and nephews love me because I don't ask for nothing. I bring stuff and I leave without stuff. And some people don't know how to find their place in the place of all the stuff going on. You know, our parents' jobs was to raise us until we can take care of ourselves.
Right.
At that point, you know, whether your spouses, I mean, I was married before. Yes, I was married and had conflict with my in-laws at one point in one time. But at the end of the day, I still had to take care of me and be mindful of how I was going to treat people so I can be treated the same kind of way. You know, I don't have my doors being knocked down, windows being busted out, because I chose to live under the radar.
Right.
But as you know, as far as resolution conflict, Crystal over there, she knows. You know, I go from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds sometimes. And I just, you know, just Chicago, you a target if you want to go from 0 to 60 on your I-57. You just got to slow down, stay in your lane. And like you say, you just trying to get home at the end of the day every day. That's all you're trying to do is get home at the end of the day.
Right.
I don't really have too much in my house, thankfully, fortunately, but in my family dynamics outside of here, when I travel home and the family, yeah, I just try to get back to my sanctuary.
Yeah.
That's when you like, I'm gone. I don't live here. That's why I can pack my bags and gone about my business.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I got one brother who just got in a 32-acre house, 32-acre lot of land with a house on it, you know, 12,000 square feet. But I got, you know, I'm in a small little house in the Country Club Hills, but I like where I am. I don't want what you have. You know what I mean? I like what you have, but I don't have to come home and feel like I got to now achieve what you have. I've achieved my sanctuary. I have PEAC of mine every night.
Wait,
There you go.
Yeah.
you left the E off, but that's okay. It's
PEAC.
probably it's in that glass. Drink it up.
The E fell into the glass.
That E fell in the glass, right?
Not Stella Rosa, Stella Rosie.
Yeah,
That's what gives him the E.
That's right. Thank y'all. I know I'm over here
Oh, you
trying.
know what? But let me say this. So I know for me, well, you know, I have two brothers on my mom's side, but on my dad, I'm the only kid, right? And you know how people always want to make a comparison amongst siblings? And they'll create a sibling rivalry when the siblings are not even interested in a rivalry. Siblings are living their best lives. I know me and mine are, you know. Derek, I know you doing your best thing. You know, your sisters are doing their things. Dennis, I know that's going on over there too. So I'm just saying, what I don't like is when you have that one family member. I just want to show of hands. Who got the messy family member? They like to just kick up the dust.
We got a couple of those. A
couple?
Yeah, we got a couple of those in our family. They know who they are. We don't have to say their name.
We never right because the knife stabbed you.
Who they are.
Right? Hey, look, the knife stabbed them. Smooth paper cut. But no, but how do you deal with that person? You know what I mean? So you know you got a family reunion, you know you got some kind of family gathering, be a funeral, you know, anything. And you got that one family member that you know, whatever you say to them, two things gonna happen. Number one, whatever it is you say or do is gonna be repeated and shared amongst everybody else. And then the second thing is whatever was done is not going to go back as it was done or said.
True.
Right?
True.
So how do y'all deal with that person?
You know how I deal with it. Uh-oh, Dennis fell off.
It's all right. He'll come back.
The Roosevelt got him. The Stella Roosevelt got him.
That E snatched, I think that E snatched him out.
That E snatched him up by the screen. But I just stay in my lane. You know, when I do go home or visit places where I know it's going to be a lot of family members there and there's going to be some conflict, I don't get involved in it. I just do my thing and that's that. I'm real reserved as far as like personal stuff, so I don't really share a lot of stuff with people, and that's the way I was brought up. So I know how to deal with stuff on my own. There you go. All right, the E bought him back. So I deal with my own personal issues my own way, and I know it's not good. It's not healthy to hold all this stuff in and not have anybody to talk to. But I don't want to be in a situation where I go to a family member in confidence and tell them something about what's going on in my life, and then I hear about it from somebody else in my family. I don't want to do that. So for all my family members out there, that wonder why y'all never talk to me or anything on a regular is because I don't want to be involved in no conflict. I don't want to get called when there's some kind of conflict going on. So if you ain't calling me to talk to me to check on me to see how I'm doing, or I can already tell you that the conversation is going to be real short. And that's for immediate family, first, second, third, fourth, 15, 20 cousins, everything. That's just the way I am. I don't have time for it. Life is too short to be worried about some nonsense.
That's real talk.
So I love and every God knows I love my family. I love my family. We have a good time when we get together. But it's always that one or two times when we're together, somebody say something or do something that's outside the box and like, what are you doing? We having a good time. Why you? I mean, it doesn't make no sense. But you know,
But see, when it come to my family, we can't even get to the gathering part before the drama starts. We haven't had a family. Look, we haven't had a family reunion since 2010. And every time we try to plan it, I have a cousin that rest her soul, but she one of those, as I call them, a resume talkers. They got to tell you, I did this, I did that, I did this. I don't need. So I was stepped away. Hey, you got all these connections, you got all this, you handle it. But then you can't handle it by yourself. You all of a sudden let it walk away. But when people try to help you, you try to say, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. So I know how to turn left. There's a little red button on my phone that says end call. I'm good to hit that. Because I just don't have the patience for it anymore. And I feel bad that we haven't had one. Because with my grandmother's siblings, it's only one of them left. Out of six sisters, there's one left. And we can't even get together to be around her so she can see her family. Only time she see her family is at funerals.
Well, I tell you this, when our grandmother spoke, if it was a feud and our grandmother said, shut up, that's it, I don't want to hear it again, guess what? You never heard it again.
Never.
That's all.
I'm glad you said that because I don't understand how someone my age could argue with my mom, any of my aunts, my uncles when they were alive. Like I can't even. I mean, the respect that I have for my parents and my aunts and uncles and stuff. If they say something to me that I don't agree with,
I just walk out.
I just keep it. I don't want to go back and forth with no person that's in their 60s and 70s and 80s. I just that's not the way I do things. But I got family to argue with an aunt, and it's like, what? It makes no sense.
I call my mama. I just call my mama, and if my mama will tell me if I'm in the wrong with the situation, and if I'm not in the wrong, she said she'll handle it, and I let her handle her siblings. Because me and my aunt got into it at my grandmother's funeral because she wanted to change some stuff up, and I'm like, my mama told me to do it this way. This is the way I'm gonna do it. And she kept talking. I just hung up and I called mama. I said, you need to call your sister because she's trying to change things, and I let them two handle it. Because I'm still gonna respect her as her being my aunt.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what I said after I got off the phone might have been a whole nother subject.
It was not subject.
Keisha, you awfully quiet.
You know what? All my kin folks is from the South. And we all grew up together as if we were all sisters and brothers. If nobody know, I'm an only child. So I adopted Dee and Krista was my sister. So when we get along for family reunion, everybody show up and show out. If somebody starts to get out of pocket, then we all sit down and talk about it. And we pray about it. One thing that's about my family, we are a praying family. And we would get down on our knees, we'll pray about it, or we'll break out in a song. So for as far as us getting into it, my grandmother taught us, if you get into it, you better fix it before the end of the day, or it's going to be a problem. And that still sticks today, and she's dead and gone.
I wish I could say that about my family.
So
We got people in our family that's really heavy in the church. I grew up in the church. My father's a minister, but you know, it is what it is. But people just don't think about stuff, and before they say it, they just say whatever they're gonna say, and it's like, yo, like, can you imagine when we were kids talking? Like, I could imagine me as a teenager talking to my aunts and uncles, or even as an adult, talking to them the way that they be having a conversation with some of my relatives and arguing and stuff. And like you arguing with somebody that's your aunt that's 30 years older than you, and you sitting here arguing with them about something. Just let them have it. Just let them have it.
I'm not. I'm one of the older cousins in our family, and it's all right, bro. I look good now. But the point I'm getting to, we have another cousin, Tanya, and Tanya is like the big sister to all of us, right? And when I'm having it rough, that's who I'm calling. Of course we call our parents, but when I hear it's a little feud or something in the family, I'm calling my cousin first. Because I know sometimes I'm watching on Facebook and I watch how certain relatives interact with the aunties or, the older family. And I'm like, wait a minute, you can't, as soon as I see it, I'm like, hey, you need to take that down. Don't be doing that we don't, first of all, we shouldn't be doing family stuff online. I mean, I know it's going to happen. It is what it is. But definitely don't disrespect one of the elders.
Girl, you disrespect one of them elders, you got the whole family behind yourself.
Yeah, and here's the thing: the elder person could be dead wrong. I mean, they could be dead wrong.
And they are a lot of times. But it's not our place to correct them.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna be like, you know what? It's whatever. I'm not trying to argue with you about it. And that's the bottom line. I'm not gonna argue with nobody about anything really because it's not worth the energy.
But our elders can be messy too. And I'm not just speaking about ours and our family. I'm just saying in general. I got a lot of friends with a lot of elders that I've been around.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's they don't have much else to do. They get bored. I don't know. But they throw an E in the pot quick.
I think some of it is just, I don't know if they at home bored, they ain't got nothing to do, so their mind just starts going, so they figure, okay, if I start a little bit of controversy, now I'm going to get people coming to see me and talking to me. Because everybody going to be calling me, asking me what's going on.
Eating it up.
Meantime, we're going to be looking for a nursing home.
Remind me not to put you in charge of my wheel.
If you get messy, that's where you going.
Okay.
Well, she got
going over here and senior citizen.
They're gonna turn you a couple of times a day, so you'll be all right.
Hey, let me put over here in the supportive living with this cat and the crossword puzzle.
Not the cat.
Yeah,
but the cat.
Look, meow.
You gonna have one cat on this shoulder and one cat on this shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Talking about some meow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bring him a 6-pack of Pepsi and some potato chips and some donuts every now and then. They'll be okay.
Look, I see a couple of people chat in the chat. Tennessee Headhunter and who's this? John. They all in the chat right now.
Welcome everybody. Y'all have any questions? Y'all want to make some comments? Come on, chime in. We got 5 minutes left and we're gonna get out of here. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it.
We definitely got to have our guests back on again for a different topic. They came with it.
Let me know.
They came with it.
Let me know when.
We ready.
We got to be careful.
We got to get them in Tennessee. We got a couple of people we got some more people we're gonna have on here, but definitely we're gonna have some repeat. Our gang is getting bigger and bigger. That's it.
Gang, just to put this out here, it's a shameless plug, though it's gonna be plugged. Somebody in this gang birthday is Monday.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Oh Lord.
So you're gonna be 65, 50.
Old enough.
Ooh. Oh, what's gonna be? What is gonna be? Ooh, wee.
So
what's the plan?
None of y'all bid. They put it on the airways. I'm gonna go look for that
Okay.
spot.
Oh well.
I'm gonna go look for that E.
Her plans don't include none of us. I'm gonna go with that.
Ooh.
Maybe not this
Well,
weekend, but probably
if you
next
if you
Hold up, wait a minute. See, we about to call the family feud up in here.
look. See, I knew you. I knew. I knew you was up. I knew you was up to something.
See, it's always some innocent looking ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the
Okay.
name.
You ain't innocent.
I am so innocent.
Y'all thought it was gonna be the one over there with that thing on her head.
Why is that you tell?
With that gang member cloth on her head.
I thought it was gonna be the Taliban over there.
That's the revolution. That's the
Oh
revolution.
yes, the revolution will be televised.
Taliban.
Oh Lord, no Taliban.
Don't do that.
But look, she came to
Take
her.
over. She came to take over.
Oh Lord.
Oh, hold on now. Tennessee Headhunter said, "What do you do when you've done all you can? You stand."
Leave.
She said, Derek, get ghost.
You stand. Ain't that what Donnie McClurkin said?
You did.
You just
Sometimes you gotta let it go sometime and keep it moving, because sometimes
That's it.
it's their issue, not yours.
Yeah.
What that thing say? Live and let live, whatever. What that phrase is that they say?
Oh, I don't.
It's
No.
a phrase. It's a phrase.
I know what you're saying.
Live and let live. Or something
That's
like
not
that.
I don't do that. I just speak my piece and then I'm done.
That's it. That's all you can do.
That's it.
I
That's all you can do.
You can't. What you cannot do is allow somebody to steal your peace.
That's it.
Now, if you want to hold on to it, now I'm gonna tell you one thing my father has said continuously. Because I used to be like, why do you blow up on everybody? Like you never just, he ain't doing none of that. He says exactly what he means. That's it, and he's done. He exits the room, mic drop, bye. And I'm like, why do you get so heated? He was like, let me explain something to you. If somebody thinks that they're going to put their insecurity or whatever, their frustrations off on me, and I'm going to hold on to it, then they're mistaken. I'm not. He said, because you have a bad day, you think you're going to make me have a bad day?
No, sir.
It's not happening.
Nope.
So I'm going to tell you exactly. He's like, if you come at me with garbage, then I'm going to throw garbage back at you.
Mm.
And we just going to see who's
You have to,
on.
though.
And that's it.
I've learned when I've gotten 40 plus, I have learned I can't let people do it anymore, because I was my own anxiety. I'm having panic attacks worrying about other people's situations. And I'm like, I can't keep doing that. I said, I put it this way, I'm finna enjoy my life. I have no more small kids, and y'all ain't finna take my joy.
Hey, Mart. It's time for
Hey.
happiness.
Mr. Cole, you awfully quiet down there.
I'm sorry. I was just responding back to a message on my other phone.
His other phone. The back phone.
He done made some family member mad. They talking about, I saw you on that.
Right. Who you talking about did that? What you
I didn't
mean?
tell you going live tonight. But I'm just my invite tonight. I'm having a good time and enjoying this conversation, these topics. Although I do understand conflict resolution. I took that course a long time ago.
I did too. It's a very good one.
It has stick.
Why don't we teach our children that nowadays? That's why we got a whole society full of little punks. Because we don't teach conflict resolution. Then they get all sensitive and they want to go cry. And then they say, oh, you bullying them and this and this and this. Now, sometimes there is some bullying. Sometimes there is some bullying. But sometimes you just got some little punk ass kids that don't know how to take criticism.
But sometimes you gotta get the parent to stand up. The parent to not sit there when they feel their kid is being picked on or something, and their kid being a punk or something like that. They can't be running to try to go defend the kid or talk to the teacher. You need to teach your kid at home what to do. Because you get so many parents, that's the difference now. You get so many parents now that when the kid happened, the teacher said the wrong thing to them, they run into the school to say something to the teacher. I was raised with a principal that had a paddle. They had a paddle. And I dare you to go home. I said to my mama get me for what did you do that teacher principal had to pull out that paddle, not running her butt up to the school saying something to the principal.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a flashback.
I know.
Man.
Because down where
I might just told my age.
Look. Hey, down in the valley where the girls
Oh, man.
Okay. I ain't even gonna bring that up. Anyway, we good for the day. Thank y'all for being on. It was great. It was awesome. And please come back anytime. You got the link. You know how to get in here.
Y'all should make this for an hour. Y'all should make this for an hour, not 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes too short.
You think so?
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it. Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
But today, we ain't finna have everybody posting with us talking about, you look, and here you go. See, conflict resolution. Let's discuss it. Let's talk it out.
Let's talk about
See, there's pros and cons of the 30-minute versus the 1 hour. The pro is it's 30 minutes and we can get in here and get out. Hit it and quit it. Smooth, clean, get away. The hour, you know, at some point you start babbling. But see how we already changed the topic from Family Feud to bad kids? That's what the hour does to you.
Hey.
So just to keep it right, you know what I'm saying, and keep us on path. Next week, please. You're welcome to come back next week. We'll have an interesting topic again. We're not gonna tell you what it is yet. We'll let you know when it's time. But until next week, gang.
Before we go,
wait.
Before we go, I want to just put it back out there that I'll be in Chicago Labor Day, the weekend prior to Labor Day, going into Labor Day. I'll be there for a few days, and I'm gonna come
You'll be here for Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Fire Barbecue will be on the grill and up for sale. So.
Right here.
All right, what time?
That's the one.
Yeah, I can't.
Look. That's the one right there. See,
look, for y'all to put this south in y'all mouth. She said.
Let me see if I got. Let me see if I got something for that on the ribs. What about some ribs? Give me 2 slabs.
Hey, look. Don't go into my
house. I have no problem. Look. I have no problem going to the store to get anything on this. Just text me and let me know where my item is.
No. You don't have no. The meals will already be prepared. You just come pay and pick.
Yep.
Okay. I have my knife and fork ready.
Hey, I'll be ready. I promise you, I'm gonna bring it. I'm bringing it.
What you say? What it's gonna be? Put what?
Me so bossy don't need no sauce.
He
and
said,
put this south in your mouth.
If y'all can put some south in your mouth.
Can I get 6 wings, salt and pepper mouth?
But thank you all again. We really appreciate you coming in tonight with us. Like my cousins say, we're gonna come back next week. If y'all want to come back next week, we're more than happy to have you. Gang, let's do it again.
Yeah, put them up. Gang.
Gang. Yes.